Welcome to Story Recap. In this video today, we take you through the 10 seasons of one of the highest rated TV shows, The Walking Dead. But before we do, be aware, spoilers ahead. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the recap. The Walking Dead, with 10 seasons of death, double crosses, and even a time jump to catch abreast of, it can be desire tough getting to attempt to muster the energy to shamble towards the show's endgame. The Walking Dead Season 1. Where it all began. The Walking Dead Season 1 starts with Rick Grimes, a sheriff's deputy walking from a coma after being shot. He encounters a world crammed with walkers and heads to Georgia to reunite together with his family, wife Lori and son Carl. Along the way, he comes across Morgan and his son Duane, though eventually he leaves them after hearing of a camp. In Georgia, he befriends Glenn, a survivor scavenging for goods, also a redneck, Merle and T-Dogg. The gang handcuffs Merle and leaves him stranded on a roof, but later return to see him, not only to find him gone with no sign of a body. Rick finally reaches the camp housing both Lori and Carl, also as his best friend and former colleague Shane, who has started a relationship with Lori unbeknownst to Rick. The camp also includes the remainder of the group that might form a core part of the primary season. Daryl, Amy, Andrea, Morales, Carol and Ed, Jim, Dale, and Jokai. During an excursion, a gaggle of walkers attack the camp and kill Amy and Carol's husband, Ed. The gang eventually depart from the Center for Disease Control, CDC, hoping a cure is going to be found there, though Morales goes his own way and Jim stays behind. However, the lead scientist at the CDC informs that there's not a cure, and rigs CDC to self-destruct and dies from suicide along a resigned Jokai, but not before imparting Rick with some at the time unbeknown knowledge about the Walker virus. The Walking Dead Season 2. The overwhelming majority of Season 2 takes place in the farm of elderly Dr. Herschel, also populated by his two daughters, Maggie and Beth. The gang head there after Carl is accidentally shot and Carol's daughter Sophia goes missing. Otis, the person who shot Carl, is eventually left for dead by Shane while out on a search for supplies. Carl, meanwhile, eventually recovers from his wounds, and Lori discovers she is pregnant. Glenn starts a relationship with Maggie, though a late-night meetup eventually turns sour after Glenn discovers Herschel's barn is crammed with captive walkers. Filled with grief, Herschel goes to a close-by bar, but is attacked by a gang. Rick and Shane make the save and haul one member, Randall, back to the farm. Despite debating over his fate, Shane decides to acquire initiative and secretly kills him. An outsized group of walkers also descends on the farm. One kills Dale after Carl fails to use it for shooting practice. Finally, Rick kills Shane after it's clear that Shane is becoming more frenzied. Walkers invade the farm and Rick relays the CDC scientist's warning that everybody who dies will become a walker. The group all escape, barring Andrea, who is split from the group and rescued by a mysterious woman, later revealed to be Michonne. The Walking Dead Season 3. Season 3 kicks off 8 months after Season 2 ended, with Rick and therefore the survivors taking back a jail from the walkers to use as a replacement home. Lori, meanwhile, is heavily pregnant together with their second child. During the battle for the prison, Herschel is bitten on the leg and has it amputated to avoid turning. The remaining prisoners are ironically held captive by the group during a different wing of the prison. Michonne leaves Woodbury and after Merle captures Glenn and Maggie, takes some much-needed supplies to a depleted prison. After recuperating, everyone heads over to Woodbury to reclaim Glenn and Maggie, and Michonne stabs the governor within the eye. The last half of the season sees Woodbury eventually liberated from the governor's control, but not without casualties. Merle is killed because of the governor, as is Andrea, who secretly worked against the governor. The remaining main Woodbury residents, siblings Sasha and Tyrese, are invited into the prison community. The Walking Dead Season 4. Things at the prison soon spiral out of control because of a disease spread by livestock on the ground. The group are forced to form some tough decisions, including coordinating the infected. Two of these with the disease, David and Tyrese's girlfriend Karen, are murdered. The culprit is later revealed to be Carol. All roads, though, cause Terminus, a promising new community. Along the way, Carol is forced to kill Lizzie after she kills her sister, and Beth is additionally captured by a mysterious set of strangers. Everyone barred Carol's group is eventually captured at Terminus, though Rick ends the season with a rallying cry, banding together the new ensemble, featuring people who Glenn found, the surviving members of the prison, and Tara. The Walking Dead Season 5. The first half of the season deals with the recovery of Beth, who is found working under the watchful eye of Dawn, a crazed police officer turned hospital leader. This all comes after an explosive opening episode which sees Carol dispatch many of Terminus' members while also rescuing the group. Rick meets Father Gabriel, who consigned much of his parish to their eventual deaths within the wake of the Walker outbreak. While there, the ex-leader of Terminus, Gareth, leads his remaining group to attack and kill Bob. Later attempts to rescue Beth include Carol being wheeled into the hospital after an accident, though it ends in tragedy after Beth stabs Dawn and Dawn kills Beth. Sasha's brother Tyrese also dies during a visit to the rescue hospital worker Noah's family. The season ends with scavengers, the wolves on the outskirts of Alexandria, and Morgan returning after brief appearances within the pilot and in Season 3. The Walking Dead Season 6. The wolves attack Alexandria after an effort to divert an outsized group of walkers at a close-by quarry goes wrong under Rick's leadership. The group is eventually defeated with just one member, Owen, captured. Carol and Maggie are kidnapped by the Saviors but eventually escape, while Alexandria's Dr. Denise is additionally killed by prominent member Dwight. Carol finishes up leaving Alexandria but is pursued by the Saviors. She is eventually rescued by Morgan and brought in by a replacement community. Elsewhere, Negan makes his mark. The leader of the Saviors introduces himself by intercepting the survivors on a route to the hilltop to assist a heavily pregnant Maggie. The season ends with Negan killing an unseen member of the group together with his wire lumber, Lucille. The Walking Dead Season 7. The season's cliffhanger is revealed. Negan kills Abraham, also as Glenn. Daryl is additionally brought in and held captive by the Saviors. The people that took Carol and Morgan in are also revealed. The Dominion led by the eccentric Ezekiel, who keeps a tiger for a pet. Rick's group joins forces with the Dominion and also encounters the Scavengers led by Jadis, a giggle that has no stake within the oncoming war. Jadis, though, tells Rick to bring her group guns in order that they can help fight against the Saviors. Negan's chief assistant Dwight also wants to take down Negan. The season culminates during a standoff at Alexandria, with Sasha committing suicide inside a coffin with the aim being to kill Negan, though she fails because of the Scavengers aligning with the Saviors. The Hilltop and Kingdom eventually ride to Alexandria's rescue, while Negan retreats. The Walking Dead Season 8. Season 8 stepped up the conflict between the Saviors and therefore the remaining communities. Sanctuary, the Saviors' home base, is attacked and overrun with walkers early within the season. The group hit back by massacring several members of the Dominion and Ezekiel's tiger, Shiva. In a blast from the past, Morales from way back in Season 1 returns as a member of the Saviors, though he's swiftly dispatched by Daryl. Eugene also works on the side of the Saviors early in Season 8, though works at an idea to show against them. Maggie's group encounters Georgie, who makes a fast stop at the hilltop to vow them plans and essential knowledge for a replacement future. Rick finally defeats Negan during a one-on-one fight and slices his necks. He lets Negan leave after remembering Carl's parting words of forgiveness. The Walking Dead Season 9. The Walking Dead Season 9 follows on from the aftermath of Negan's defeat and concerns the insubordination of both the Saviors and therefore the Hilltop's former leader Gregory, who bowed to Negan's demands within the past. Gregory, swiftly addressed, executed by a new leader and now the mother to baby Herschel, Maggie, after a failed assassination attempt, while a number of the Saviors clash with Rick's group and a couple are even overtaken by Oceanside, which results in a full-scale revolt. There are more hopeful developments, however, as Carol and Ezekiel's relationship blossoms. Finally, the Whispers enter the image led by Alpha, the group of walker-skin adversaries who killed Jesus. After her daughter Lydia is taken by the Hilltop, Alpha strikes back to the fair, which was originally designed to reconnect the Dominion, Hilltop, and Alexandria. The Whisperers kill several, including Carol and Ezekiel's adoptive son Henry, Tara, and Enid, and therefore the kingdom falls. The season ends with a mysterious voice being heard over a stereo. The Walking Dead Season 10. The season starts with the Whisperers and therefore the survivors keeping far away from one another, something that abruptly changes after a Russian satellite comes crashing right down to Earth within the Whisperers' boundaries. Alpha takes issue with the survivors heading to her land to extinguish the flames from the crashed satellite and demands more land from them. The Whisperers also bolster out their ranks with new Lieutenant Gamma. Carol and Daryl once more have a look for Alpha's horde, this time with Aaron, Magna, Connie, Kellen, and Jerry. Carol spots Alpha's take chase, they're luring the whole cave, where they're surrounded by the Whisperers' horde. The last half of the 10th season features a cave-in near Hilltop that traps Connie and Magna, though Magna later escapes. The Whisperers and therefore the survivors eventually clash, with Hilltop being razed to the bottom. During the warmth of battle, Judith kills a Whisper and Gamma is killed by Alpha. Beta, having taken control of the Whisperers after Alpha's demise, draws an outsized horde of walkers towards the remaining survivors from Hilltop, who have gathered during a hospital. Fortunately, returning Maggie helps turn the tide, and the survivors infiltrate the Whisperers, and Daryl kills Beta. The season ends with Eugene's group being surrounded by soldiers. That's all for today, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel Story Recap for more videos like this one. See you next time.